Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new GeneXus webinar. Add video consultation to your GeneXus knowledge base by Agustin Napoleone and Sofia Maiolo from Develop Software Solutions, our GeneXus partners today. Agustin is systems engineer, graduated from Ort University in Uruguay. He has been the commercial manager at Develop Software Solutions for more than 10 years and has been in charge of business development related to the GeneXus community at a global level. Sofia Maiolo is computer engineer, graduated from Universidad de la República in Uruguay. She is currently doing her master degree in the area of data quality in big data. And Sofia is support manager at Develop Software Solutions. At this time, I now present to you Agustin and Sofia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending our webinar. We are going to present you WorkWithPlus for video call. My name is Agustin Napoleone, and here's with me Sofia Maiolo, and we hope you enjoy our webinar. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about our company. Our mission is to enhance GeneXus experience. We are always looking for new ways to introduce products that improve the way you program in GeneXus. So we are based in three basic principles. Number one, simplicity. We are always looking for a better way to work in GeneXus, so it is easy for you to learn to work in GeneXus, and of course it is easy for you to do everyday work. Number two is productivity. If you are in the GeneXus community, it's because you value the way you work with GeneXus, automatizing everything. Well, we think that there's always the possibility to bring this productivity one step forward. We think there's always a plus. So we are always looking to introduce new features in order for you to develop faster. And we have an approach also where we concentrate a lot on giving you an amazing user experience, not only for you as a developer, but also for the final user who is going to like the systems you generate. We have been working in the GeneXus community for more than 12 years, and we have reached more than 40 countries around the world. And we are pleased now to announce a new product for all the English-speaking markets. But let me concentrate right now on the video conference aspect that we are going to share today. As you all know, video conference has been really important in the last few months, and I think there's a great possibility to introduce these capabilities inside your systems. So let me begin with a story that started 3 years ago. We started working with a healthcare company in Uruguay named Sumum. This company wanted to make the digital transformation of their processes, and they thought on bringing a mobile application that allowed their customers, the patients, to log into this application and have a lot of information regarding the services the healthcare institution provided. For example, you had all the clinical history of the patient inside the application, so you can check all the information right in your pocket. Number two is that you could also schedule a video consultation with your doctor. And in fact, you could have the telemedicine presentation with your doctor there. So these were some of the few features that we added to this application, and we had to go through the challenge of making this from scratch. So we started with the first application, trying to manage how to offer the possibility inside the GeneXus knowledge base to bring the possibility to add video consultation capabilities. So we did this 3 years ago. We were successful, and this healthcare institution released the product in 2018. Later on, in March of 2020, as you all know, here in Uruguay, but I think all over the world, in March, coronavirus appeared. And this brought a lot of challenges to our everyday work because we had to stay at home and keep everybody separated in order not to spread the virus. So other companies approached us in order to find a solution to provide to the customers and to keep on communicating. Such was the case of SWAT. SWAT is another healthcare institution that came to Uruguay, that is in Uruguay, and came to us to start a similar application. It's a healthcare emergency company. Whenever you have an accident, a company such as SWAT goes to the accident and gives an emergency service with the doctors. And they also wanted to have an application where you could have video consultation with your patient. So we managed to do and to develop this kind of application in only 2 months, and now it has been released in the App Store and the Google Play market. And the third experience that we had in the past few months was the application coronavirusui. I don't know how much do you know about this application, but basically GeneXus CEO Nicolas Godal called us because he was working along with the Uruguayan government to build a solution that could help to contain the propagation of the virus in our country. So this solution had several modules, such as mobile app, which enabled the user to declare its symptoms in order for the Uruguayan healthcare agency to be aware of the healthcare condition of a patient through an online diagnose. In case this patient has COVID symptoms, the app led to the user to go to a drive-through test lab to confirm if the patient effectively had or not had coronavirus. A more recent version of this app also added the contact tracing feature, which allows the potential COVID patient to alert other people he might have been in contact with. Tim Cook and Sundar Pichai, both CEOs of Apple and Google, congratulated the Uruguayan president for being the first country to implement this new feature. So this app became pretty famous for its great accomplishments. The thing is that, as I told you, Nicolas Godal called us to add video conference capabilities in order to offer a telemedicine feature to link patients to doctors, and we successfully did this also in the coronavirus Uruguay. So to summarize, in the past few years and in the recent months, we managed to build 3 applications introducing telemedicine capabilities or video conference capabilities into GeneXus KBs. So we decided that this might be interesting for other users in the GeneXus community. For instance, anyone who has a knowledge base that needs interactions between the final user and the back office managers. Well, you can easily introduce a video call capability through a new product that we decided to create that we have named WorkWithPlus for Video Call. So what is WorkWithPlus for Video Call? It's an application, it's a product that you can easily download and try, which allows you to create video conference capabilities in any web or mobile application, okay? So we can support communications between 2 peers, okay? These peers could be both in a web to mobile environment. So for instance, you can have a doctor in a back office web or a patient in a mobile application. It can be supported also web applications, meaning the doctor can be in the web back office, but the patient can also access through a web environment. And the third combination is mobile, In this case, the doctor would be in the mobile back office and the patient in the mobile app. Remember that we are talking here about doctors and patients, but we can think of this product in other industries, such as the financial industry. We have been approached by a bank that told us that in this context of work from home, they needed to provide a way inside their environment and their technology to provide the capabilities to communicate with their customers, the customers that might be requesting for a loan, and the bank officer in the other extreme of the communication. So remember, we are talking about the healthcare industry, banking industry, and many other industries that need to communicate both ends of the user and the officer in the institution. So to go forward, let me give the word to Sofia, that she will be presenting WorkWithPlus for video call in action.
Hi, everyone. Well, to show you the product in action, we have prepared a simple application so you can see how the product works. This application has two parts: a mobile app where the patient will log in and will be able to start the conference, and a web backend from where the doctor will be able to see different information about the patient and about their daily operation, and will be able to answer the call, right? Let me show you some screens of this sample that we created for you. Here we can see a web panel and a smart devices panel. As you can see, in these panels, we have introduced our product as a user control that you can easily add in your screens. And by doing this, you can integrate this component inside your current screens. So for example, if you have a screen, a web panel, where you display your patient information, you can integrate our component right there. If you're used to working with WorkWithPlus or Smart Devices Plus, you can easily add this component from the hierarchical editors, but this is really simple. You just need to add the control as any other user control from your knowledge base, right? So now let me show this in action. Here you can see the mobile part of our application. Here I have a menu where I'm going to start the call. Here I have to accept some terms and conditions because in the mobile conference I may be sharing some sensitive data. And here I'm starting the call. Okay. Agustin, that is in the web backend, has answered the call and the conference is established. I'm at the bottom of the screen in a smaller size, and Agustin, that is playing the doctor right now, is in a bigger size on the screen, right? So let me now show you the other side of the story. This is the web backend that the doctor can visualize. Here, as you can see, we have a call inbox where I can visualize the different calls on the patients that are currently waiting for an answer. And here I visualize my customer data and the call is started. The doctor answers the call, and now you can see that the doctor is in the smaller size and I'm playing the patient and I am in the bigger square of the call, right? So let me. Okay, so in these few months, okay, we have delivered this product, but also besides adding the possibility of doing the video conference, that is the main purpose of the product, we have added other features, okay, that are enhancing the capabilities of the tool. For example, we have created the possibility of recording the video call, right? So you can, when the call is established, you can decide whether to record the call or not. In that case, the call is being recorded, right? And once the call finishes, the recording of the video is stored. This recording can be stored locally or on an external server. Imagine that when working with video recordings, you have really big files, so you have the possibility to store them in a local server or on an external server where you can have more flexibility in order to manage your file system, right? There, the product also creates a screen to manage all the recordings. You can download the video that has been recorded, and there you can see how the video is created with both sides of the call together. And besides this extra feature, we have created other features for the product. For example, the possibility of customizing the look and feel. Everything regarding the look and feel of the product can be customized, so you can easily integrate it with the rest of your application and your current design and style. We also have a hardware check procedure that validates and verifies if the camera, the microphone, and the headphones of both peers are okay to establish the conference. We also have the possibility to do a standard call without video, just voice only. That's another possibility. And we also have the possibility to turn on or off the microphone and camera at runtime. So either the patient or the doctor can disable these components if needed, okay? So let me show you a little bit about the architecture of our solution. Here you can see a diagram with the standard GeneXus architecture that we have when we create applications in GeneXus, where we have a web server, and then we have the mobile applications stored, uploaded in the Play Store or the App Store, and we also have a web backend. Here in this standard architecture, we integrate a world-class platform called Sinch. By integrating Sinch development kits, we can perform and establish the call. And why do we use Sinch? Why we decided to use Sinch? When we started all this process, as Agustin was telling you some years ago, we analyzed the different possibilities and alternatives to do the video conference. One option was to develop the conference capabilities from scratch, from the standard protocols. But in fact, we realized this was actually quite a complex problem, and there were many companies in the market that provided this kind of solution. So it made no sense to do everything again from scratch. Some of these companies are open source solutions that you can use and try to integrate to your applications. And there are other private companies that provide these solutions and platforms as in the form of platforms as a service. So in particular, from all that companies that we investigated and researched, we decided to use Sinch. Sinch, it's a really important company that is listed in Swedish exchange, and it's being used by really important customers all over the world. And in particular, Sinch gave us two important aspects that are really interesting for us. First of all, as our solution is for both web and smart devices applications, imagine the diversity of devices that you have to take into account when doing this. Not only Android and iOS, but also all the different combinations and possibilities. So Sinch, it's a platform that performs really well on all these diversity of devices. So that's something really important. And besides this, Sinch provides us a really good solution regarding security, scalability, and reliability. In terms of security, that is something really important in this kind of solution because we are sharing really important or sensitive data. Sinch accomplished the most standards, international standards, for example, the standards required by the European Union, and it's based on a protocol that establishes all the necessary security aspects between the communication and the encryptation of the data. So we are above a really secure platform. Regarding scalability, Sinch has point of presence in 4 continents, and it has a really elastic infrastructure that has the possibility to escalate if necessary. And in terms of reliability, it has an uptime of 99 with 95%. This is a really interesting number. So by using Sinch, we are sure that the call can be established with all the necessary security and considering all the diversity of devices that you may have. Now, let me show you just a really simplified flow of how the call is established. So you can see how Sinch orchestrates all the services and necessary flow within the devices to establish the call. So when the call is going to be started, both devices have to register on Sinch. Then the device that wants to start the call inits the call. The other device receives that a call is that it has an incoming call, and if that device decides to answer that call, the communication is being established. Once the communication is being established, Sinch is no longer orchestrating anything, so the call is being done peer-to-peer, okay, between both devices. So Sinch orchestrates everything, and once the call is established, the communication is peer-to-peer. And we're really proud to announce that in these months of work with our product, other customers from the community have reached us to use WorkWithPlus for video call in their applications. For example, here we have the testimony of Denis Nascimento. He is from Brazil. He's the director of DNGX, a consulting firm. And he shared with us, so you can see also the testimony of how he could easily apply WorkWithPlus for video call in his solution. He told us that in just a week, he could integrate this component in his knowledge base. So his team saved a lot of time by doing this, and they could really focus on the other parts of the application that were important and the logic behind the application, and the component made it really easy for them to integrate it in the application that they were currently developing. So, as you know from how we work with the other products from our suite, WorkWithPlus for video call is going to be part of the WorkWithPlus suite. So, of course, the product will be evolved every year, so we can integrate your suggestions, your ideas, and the different trends that we are always analyzing and keeping an eye on what the market is requiring. So we want to share with you our roadmap for the following year. We're going to work on adding group video call. This means that the call can be done between many people, not only 2 peers. Other people can join the meeting too. We're also going to have the possibility to answer the call by push notification. We're going to integrate a chat in the video call, and also the possibility of sharing the screen. Of course, we're really open to new ideas, new suggestions that you may have. So please, if you have any idea, contact us. Our team will analyze that, and if we think that it's something that may be interesting for the rest of the community, of course, we'll be analyzing to add it in our roadmap.
So in terms of licensing, we can share with you through our distributors in the different countries a product license, and of course you will have to pay also for the Cinch platform that Sofia introduced to you. We think it's not only an excellent platform because of the whole features and all the architecture Sofia presented, but also because of the pricing. As you might see in the presentation, we're talking about $7.5 for 2,500 minutes. So I think it is a really competitive pricing in order for you to provide for your solutions. So to end with the presentations, we want to ask you to go to develop.com.ui/downloads and download the trial version. We have a trial version that allows you to try the product, to prove and to introduce it in your knowledge bases. The only restriction the trial version has right now is that you will only be able to have communications of 60 or less seconds. Okay, so with 60 seconds you can try the communication. You will prove the microphone, the video camera, and you will see how everything flows correctly from the different combinations: web, mobile, and you will see that it's really easy to introduce video conference capabilities in your knowledge bases of GeneXus. So we want to thank you very much for participating in this brief presentation, and we are open right now for you to ask any questions you might have, and we will be glad with Sofia to answer them. So please, if you would like to ask us any questions, just write them down in the chat and we will be reading them and we can answer the questions to you.
Victor, do you need to have any extra component to implement the feature? Not. You just need to install the component, the product in your knowledge bases, and then everything is ready to use, okay? You don't need to install anything extra besides the product. Luis, this control only runs on GeneXus 16? Yes, because to use the video call, you need to be in the latest GeneXus trends and in the latest GeneXus versions. So yes, you need to have GeneXus 16 to use this.
Well, Eduardo asked us if do you still need to pay that tiny fare by using the trial version? The answer is no. You don't need to pay. We have a link with Cinch in order for you to try it for free. Okay, so we are paying for this trial version in terms of the Cinch platform. You won't need to pay anything. Yes, you won't need to pay Cinch fare, Eduardo. Well, Nabil is asking us, school and university education began to use video technology using all available technology, including web, mobile, TV. There is interaction between students and teachers through this technology, in which hundreds of students meet at the same time, sharing dashboards. The question, how develop can help in this subject? Well, Nabil, for now, we only have the capability of providing peer-to-peer communications. We are looking forward to improving and to adding more features to our product. Looking, as Sofia told, to introduce group conference calls capabilities for 3 or more people participating in these communications, and we are looking forward to improving the product. For now, we only have the capability for peer-to-peer communications. Hussein Hasty, from which version of WorkWithPlus this feature is available?
This is totally independent of WorkWithPlus, okay? You doesn't even need to have WorkWithPlus in your knowledge base to install this product. So they are completely different products. They are from the same suite, but it's not mandatory to have WorkWithPlus or Smart Devices Plus in your knowledge base to use the component. If you're using WorkWithPlus, of course, you can integrate it with WorkWithPlus in any version of WorkWithPlus that you have. Obviously, as we told before, working on the latest GeneXus versions. Daniel, is the communication one-to-one or one-to-many or both? Right now is one-to-one, peer-to-peer, but as we were explaining, we have in our roadmap planned to increase this and enable the possibility of having group calls. Right now it's peer-to-peer, but that is in our roadmap for the future months.
Victor, you're asking if you have any extra pricing, meaning I don't know what you mean by the question, but as we told you, you have a product licensing price that we can share with you through our distributors all over the world, and you need to pay also for the minute communication by Cinch. As we told you, it's $7.5 for a package of 2,500 minutes for the platform. Of course, you can buy more, but this is the basic package, and you have to pay for the license of our products to us. No extra pricing for anything else.
Well,
Jaime, I don't know if there's any other questions from any other participant in this webinar.
I don't see any other questions at the moment. Wait, we may have someone is writing in the chat, so let's give it a couple of seconds to see if it's a question or just a think. And well, no, it's Birgit from Germany who says no more questions. Thanks a lot. So I think the audience has no more questions. So Sophia and Agustin, I thank you a lot for your time and for this excellent presentation. You know, all GeneXus webinars are recorded, and so they will be available on our webinar site and also on our YouTube channel. So please drop by the webinar site and register in those that are upcoming, and remember to check any of the ones that are missing. All webinars are 100% free and online. So Sophia and Agustin, thanks again. I will see you next time with more interesting products from development.
Okay, thank you very much, Jaime, and thank you everyone who has participated in our product. We want to say, please try our products and we'll be in touch.